I have cheerleaders. Everybody do that Trojan rumble. Everybody do that Trojan rumble. Trojans rumble. Sorry, look at these pom-poms. These are hilarious. This is Trident. Trident rumble. I have bar ride. We cheer, you cheer. What's up, fish tank people? Dustin's Fish Tank's bringing it to you on a Sunday, baby. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. In today's video, we're gonna show you what's going on in the greenhouse. Got some fun electrical stuff to show you, got some plants to show you, but it's Sunday, it's Species Sunday. I wanna talk about some goldfish, I wanna talk about some plants that go with goldfish. Here we go. All right, so first things first, man, I got your whole verse. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna talk about the electric in the new greenhouse coming along quite nicely. People in life don't get what they want because they don't know what they want. I know what I want out here now. It's like this. 1, 2, 3 into the 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's 12 of these. That's what's up. Electric real quick. Every single one of these needs to be able to hold 1,000-watt heaters. In the other greenhouse, we run 1,000 watts. These will all be able to hold at least 1,500 watts. Back to there, gonna make it stupid simple. So if I'm out of town or something and a power gets switched or whatever, people can figure it out. But every one of these is gonna be able to have a 1,000-watt heater and a 400-watt metal halide. Am I gonna need a 400-watt metal halide over here? Probably not, because this is gonna be the most sunlight getting greenhouse of all. Over here, we're gonna grow valves of sag. We're gonna grow basins of sag and val, full length, full run. The ability to heat, because when plants are warmer, they grow faster. We're gonna talk about cold plants with goldfish in a second, but this is what's going on. So I like the way it's going down. Looks real clean, looks real good. Water is in, final floor height right there, an inch below that. So we're gonna come in, concrete this all up. So Dusty is jacked about it. Roof's getting wired, I don't know. So that's what's going on out here in the greenhouse, trying to have concrete poured by April. The reason for the delay is that there's no point in opening this all up until this is all finished, because it's cold right now, but it's getting warmer. Once it's warm, we can open it up, we can get the heaters. We got the heaters, the electric, you get the idea. Let's go talk about some plants. So we're doing some randomness in here that I just feel is worth showing you all when we clean out basins, like my man's doing right there. We go through and we find all kinds of epic plants. I'm gonna start with this. This is a fully underwater grown Bulbitis hudalati. Bulbitis we just set everywhere, but this is a small, came off one of those massive ones. That's a fully underwater Bulbitis hudalati. Bulbitis, you can tie it in a knot, you can tie it in a bow. I recommend it for basically anything, and then you can wire it to stuff. This is from Africa. Jean-Pierre Hudalat, I think this was his name. But fabulous plant that can go with goldfish. Didn't even know it was gonna be in this video, but it popped up on me. So yeah, wire it up. Likes a little bit of water flow. Can handle cold down to 62 degrees, I think is as low as we really take it, but super fly plant, underwater growth. Wanted to show that. There's a difference here. This is Star Argini ripens, not grown underneath the metal halide. That's a ridiculous plant too, by the way. So there's some Starro that we pulled out and we're cleaning out. But look at the Starro over here, another Bulbitis. This is the Starro coming out underneath the halide. Halide's off right now because we had a tiny little bit of algae problem, but scope this stuff out. Look at the little bit of a difference there. You can see the more roots, denser growth. Starro, not a goldfish plant at all. I do want to show you where we're keeping goldfish and what plants we're keeping with it, but this is some Star Argini ripens that has been underneath the halide and is doing better. These are actually what's left because we sell obviously the best looking stuff, but I wanted to show this Starro. I read somewhere that Star Argini ripens is related to a hygrophila, which would make sense because look at the leaf pattern on this and then look at the leaf pattern on this hygro right here. It's very similar, huh? So that would make sense. So and that's kind of a little interesting parallel right there. But I want to roll over and show you some goldfish friendly plants. So as we mosey this way, I want to show one of the advantages is a nice segue into goldfish. This is where we keep the goldfish. This is kind of how we rotate our plants. There's actually a little bit of film on the water of this. We can just run a little water and it's all good, but I want to show Bacopa Maneri. There's also Bacopa Yellow Flame, but I want to show this because this is a nice example of how we do it around here. We grow everything underwater. So these, we just got in not too long ago. Hardly any roots. Well, it's got some roots, but the bottom above water grown leaves are slowly falling off. So these came in, I think like last Friday or something like that. Bacopa can handle cold temps. Also, the Bacopa Yellow Flame actually smells real good. This is stuff we haven't had as long, or excuse me, this is stuff that we have had longer. We've got random poles there. There's new root growth on that. All of that lower leaf is slowly going away. You see new growth. I'll pull this right here for you. We can see new growth coming out where that old skank growth was. So this has been more converted underwater. And this is just, I'll just grab a whole bunch of these. These are in the rotation. So better roots, better new growth out the bottom, super duper easy, like scale of 1 to 10, it's a 0 on hard to grow, like super easy beginner stem plant. Really, really like it. We've got it in here with Goldfish. Goldfish, the tip with keeping plants with Goldfish is you want to have a ridiculous amount of plants, but this is an insane rotella that we've had that was grown above water, came in looking entirely like this, fully converted rotella rotundifolia. Not a great goldfish plant, but if you have a lot of them, it'll work. Another stupid easy plant for goldfish, and you can grow it outside, illegal in a bunch of states. I talked about it recently. Anacharis elodea, stupid easy plant. And then every single type of Anubias. I will show you a bunch of different Anubias. So we talked about Bacopa Maneri. Here's its brother from the same mother right here, Bacopa Yellow Flame. I got a lot of love for Yellow Flame. When you're thinking goldfish, think thick stems, you know, hard for them to chew on. Goldfish are like cows. They're just constantly grazing. This is a thicker stem plant, so this is going to be harder for them to pull apart, spread it out. This plant we can grow high light, handles it, takes cold, takes super hot. We've grown it really, really hot conditions too. More light you give it, the brighter the tips will be. The less light you give it, the more it will look like that. So Bacopa Maneri, Bacopa Yellow Flame. We're rolling over here. We're going to talk to you about 2 different types of water sprite. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the scientific names. Andrew will link it up below here. But 2 different types of water sprite. Water sprite can be floated and grown above water. Let it get going, but it's a little more sturdy of a plant. It can also take the cold water, although it does certainly better in hotter water. But water sprite, Ceratopterus, whatever, I'm going to just let you read it right there. Going to come to Anubias in a second. Got to roll with the Java Fern. We've got Java Fern regular, and then we've got this Killer Fly Trident Java Fern. Again, why is Trident? See how it's bound together like this? You can tie it in a knot, you can tie it in a bow, you can tie it to driftwood, you can tie it to rocks. It's got an easy rhizome to do all that. It can handle the abuse. Thick leaves, doesn't care. Speaking of thick leaves, it's time to move to Anubias. I want to show you this showstopper real quick. I talked about how we grow plants underwater. This is an Anubias varglabra. Anubias from Africa. This is clearly a variant. The concern when you get a variant like this in is just back to the underwater thing. Is it going to stay growing underwater, and is it going to keep looking like this? So this is varglabra. We have had it underwater for a month, and it looks like it's losing some of its marbling, but then I've had people leave us reviews and they say it just kept its like white marbling thing. So tough to tell. Like that's why we like to keep them underwater for a while to see if it's going to change, because I don't want to sell somebody something that's like, you know, white and marbly, and then it just goes and looks like a plain old plain Jane Anubias. But that's how it's looking right now, and it's looking pretty fly. Anubias, super easy to keep. We've kept it in unheated basins. These are not heated. And in fact, at the bottom of this down here, as an example, I've got a thermometer. I've got a thermometer at how cold we're keeping it. There's your temp right there. So that's, I can't read it through the camera. It's been colder than that. It was 62, but this is not a heated basin. Caufifolia, Trident, all doing just fine. Anubias handles the cold a little better. Fly, just some varieties to see. Caufifolia, I can't even, this golden coin makes me speechless. Got some Anubias nana and Anubias barteri. Just for the record, it goes Anubias variants. I've got nana petites around here somewhere, but barteri, it's called nana barteri, then it's called Anubias nana, and then there's Anubias nana petite. So they're all kind of related there. But those are some goldfish things, and I want to give you a quick tip on breeding goldfish. And last but certainly not least, Crenum rules everything around me. Yes, folks, you can keep a Crenum calamastratum in with goldfish. Doesn't care, likes the big gravel that goldfish like. Crenum calamastratum, Crenum tyanum, and yes, Crenum natans can all go with goldfish. I just want to point this out as far as breeding goldfish, and part of the reason that they live for so long, like koi can live 100 years, is this. They like cold water. They thrive in cold water. I believe I read somewhere that the koi live so long because the cold water, like super cold frozen water, kills bad bacteria, parasites, and that sort of thing in their intestines during the winter. So they're actually getting like a winter cleanse from the cold water. But this is footage older than most of you watching this video of my fish spawning in my old back garden pond. Quick aside note, about 10 years ago this week, I started the first greenhouse in my backyard while my wife was in Vegas. This is before that greenhouse was built. These goldfish, you can see there is a male chasing around females, and he's trying to bat the eggs out of her. Cold water for a long time, and then that day when the water heats up, they get all excited and they get crazy. So, quick tip on breeding goldfish, really cold water and then slowly raise the temps. If you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button. Everybody make it an awesome week and tank on. Later.